Farooq Saab, but it does raise the question though that at some point presumably there will be elections. Will you fight and take part in those elections?
So what? There have been elections so many times.
No, I know, but will you...
Srinivasanji, there have been elections many times.
Will you fight and take part in them? That's my question.
I cannot say today anything on election.
Okay.
The election decision will be taken by the High Command.
Okay, so
and the High Command will be the one deciding factor.
So you're saying even Omar's decision to not fight is something that's not going to be his individual decision. The party is going to decide.
I can't push Omar to any decision that he wants to make. He is an individual. He knows what he wants to do.
Right.
And he will have to explain himself in the general body or in the top command of ours of his decision when it comes. What was the need? What is the question of taking such decision will be dependent on what he speaks there.
Right.
But he feels as hurt as anybody else in this state.
Okay. Farooq Abdullah,
not only in the state, let me be very frank.
Yeah.
There are people in the country who feel hurt by what has been done. And they speak openly. See O.P. Shah, see all those people, those great thinkers who wrote a huge article recently.
Right.
Of what is happening here.
Yes, I think Justice A.P. Shah you refer to. But Farooq Abdullah Sahab, the fact is that even now...
Not only O.P. Shah,
yes.
even Yashwant Sinha and
yes.
all that group.
But Farooq Sahab, the fact is that...
Everyone in that.
Right. There are still political leaders who are still in custody, in detention. Why do you think that many of you have been allowed to come out, but Mehbooba Mufti is still inside?
I think they can divide us by leaving some and keeping inside some, by creating differences in the minds of people, that probably we are part of the government policy. I want to clear one thing in your media,
yes.
that we are all one, whether we are in prison or we are out of prison.
Okay.
We are all one and we stand together.
Okay. So there are there are at this time no differences between you, Mehbooba Mufti, the PDP.
We have no differences between Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Mr. Lone.
Okay. You're saying...
We have no differences with anyone.
Okay, you're saying the attempt is to try to create a divide by keeping some people inside and releasing the others. The other question which is emerging is the fact that there is a new political force or new political forces that are taking shape in Jammu and Kashmir, which some allege are basically sponsored by or are proxies for the center.
Yes, everybody knows it in this state. I don't know why you think others don't know it. They all know. They are all projected by the government of India. They don't have a single man with them except themselves.
So you're saying these are...
There's nothing new about it. These are all bought-up people.
Okay. Farooq Sahab,
one of them was the one who was paid by the General VK, who was then the Chief of Army Staff. He declared his name also, which I don't want to say it now, that I paid him so many crores to fight for us.
Right.
So there are a lot of them like that.
Farooq Sahab, you mentioned a number of people who've raised their voice in support of what's happened in Kashmir. But are you somewhat disappointed by the opposition's response? Initially, there may have been some attempts to protest and raise issues. But do you believe that the opposition, particularly the Congress, has let you down?
I don't think so. I think they within their limits, they did fight. I am sure Ghulam Nabi Azad made a great statement, and I'm really grateful to him.
Okay.
All the others spoke about us, and they do. I think there are compulsions, there are difficulties. They have their own problems to face. But there are people's voices that are still there. DMK has stood by us. Mamta ji has stood by us.
Okay.
Yachuri ji has stood by us. Almost many people have stood. Even Shiv Sena, Afsar Strange, in Bombay gave a statement, "Ki what have you achieved?"
Right.
Sharad Pawar ji stood by us. There are so many of them that I can't even name.
Okay. And lastly, Farooq Saab, is there anything that you would like to, if you had a chance to say something to the Prime Minister, you know, through the medium of this platform, what would that be?
I would humbly request him to be a little more honest and really face the facts. That is what we want.
That's it.
We want honesty.
Okay.
We want truth.
All
And
right.
above all, I think he should realize what he has done is not right. It was his party's agenda, it was not the nation's agenda.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you
And
so
to you, particularly to your media, I would
Yes.
say thank you, Srinivasan, for you stood with the people. You faced all those things. And I'm grateful to your media. Grateful, extremely grateful.
Right.
At least there was a saner voice telling the nation what is happening.
Okay.
God bless you.
All right. Farooq Abdullah Saab, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thanks very much.